Hello, everyone. Hope you're having a great week. Dr. Allen here, and I'm going to go ahead and jump right into what we're going to be doing this week. Hope everyone's hanging in there as far as the semester's going. And let me see what we got going, making sure we got the recording going. I'm pretty sure we do, and I did hit the record button. But before I do that, I like to make sure that I'm on there. Yep. So sorry, it's been a long weekend. Hope everyone's hanging in there. And let me go ahead and pull it up. This week is actually not a bad week. Again, thanks. By the way, I wanted to give some kudos out. I was grading all the Kahoots quizzes and GIM kits. That whole formative assessment unit that everyone did was really great, and I liked it because there was a lot of variety. A lot of times people do Kahoots. By the way, I probably still go Kahoot, so that's not a knock in any aspect. It was just nice for me to have a lot of different things to kind of grade. So again, thank you. They were great. Those grades should be up. So in case they're not, just let me know. I'm actually currently working on the Wakelet and Padlets right now. So, and it's Saturday afternoon. So I was kind of supporting, I'm a Shepherd grad, but I also went to WVU. So kind of watching West Virginia lose to TCU pretty much all afternoon. So anyway, let me go ahead and dive in. This is what we're doing this week. It's a pretty straightforward assignment. And let me just go down and organize this slightly for you so you kind of know what we're doing. The assignment is pretty straightforward. I have it titled Zoom. I might fix that a little bit to make it, I like filming assignment better. I guess I did it on air. Here's what I want you to do. You've probably heard about this, and if you haven't, make sure you talk to maybe some of your methodology teachers or your PED 1, PED 2 instructors. We do something called EDTPA for your capstone in the field. You'll get, Dr. Johnson does an awesome job. Everyone will have her for it. And you'll kind of get more info on EDTPA when you're in that class. And of course, you've probably heard about it here and there. Anyway, what I'm getting at, one thing you have to do for that is you have to film yourself teaching. You have to do a half an hour of instruction in the classroom, and then you usually have to submit 2 10-minute clips, I believe. Double check me on that, but I think that's kind of how it all adds up. What I want you to do this week is you don't have to do a discussion, you don't have to do a blog. You have to record yourself teaching something. How you want to record it is up to you. If you just want to use your phone or an iPad, film it and submit it. By the way, I know those are big files. You are welcome to submit those via email. Some people like me, I like to use Zoom. And what I do with Zoom, I can't show you because I'm currently on Zoom. But when I get into Zoom, there's something right at the very top, and I'll put a video up on how to record in Zoom. You can literally just hit live video or video on and hit share screen. It makes this little mirror or little small image right here. And then you hit the record button and you can go. So what I want you to do is I want you to record yourself teaching something. It can be a real lesson. I don't even care. This can be a little fun. It's more about the using and getting use of the equipment than it is the actual lesson. I don't care if it's you changing a tire. I don't care if it's you making a PB&J. I don't care if it's you baking something. Just going through the steps of the instruction of how to do it, and you're filming yourself. For example, I like to golf. I might go outside and show people how to do a proper swing. That's fine. Now, if you want to teach an actual lesson, that is also fine. If you want to do something related to history, mathematics, science, whatever. Long story short, what I'm just telling you is you need to do some sort of instructional video and you need to record it. Now, here's the key. It cannot be over 5 minutes. One, obviously, my time. There's a lot of people in the class, but that's really not the main point. I just want you to work within a time frame because you have to do that with EDTPA. Granted, it's a little longer. And also, if you're a little over, I want you to learn how to edit a little bit. That's it. That's the week. Now, let me go back here and show you something. I put up some tools. I think most of you know how to record on your phones and iPads and things like that. And it records in QuickTime and you can submit that. But I have Zoom and I have it down here. Screencastify is another one. I know some people like that and have actually used it in the field. You can use an iPad. We have iPads. If you really need to borrow one, just make sure you contact me and you would have to sign it out and we can go over it if you really need to borrow something to film. Also, if you want, I put a video up on the swivel devices, that's not a recording device. It's something that follows you around. It's something you'll hear about with EDTPA a little bit. So it's like a little robot and it can 360 and you put your phone or iPad in it and you wear a little device and it can follow you. It's and it records. It's really cool. So I put it on there if you want to just check it out. But that is the week. Now I'm going to talk about something else here in 1 second. But there's the assignment. I thought I had tips for recording. Yep, there it is. Tips on recording. This is just a link that I had seen and I thought I would share. There it is. It's like I thought I was losing my mind there for a minute. There it is. This is just a link, nothing major, but if you want to, go on here. By the way, this is another thing. I don't expect the videos to be perfect. Lord knows if you've watched my videos, you know they're not perfect. Just like in the classroom, you're going to get tongue-tied every once in a while. You're going to do some that happens. That's fine. I'm not taking off for any of that. You will know if it's a smooth run or not. But it does not have to be 100% perfect. As a matter of fact, sometimes I think it's better. Let me rephrase that. I don't want to say it's better, but it's sometimes more authentic when it's not so polished. It's a fine line. Now, if you're doing a documentary or you're really trying to establish something that needs formality, you want it to be perfect. But just in a conversational type thing, I don't know if you have to be. And I think that actually gets in there with the authentic. But you can check it out. Be prepared, obviously. Know what you're going to be talking about. Make sure you have your visuals, especially if you're doing something like Zoom and you're sharing screen. And try not to make it too long, just traditionally. You all can only go up to 5 minutes, which, that's fine. And by the way, I'd say 3 to 5. If it's a little under 3, that's no big deal too. So, but check it out. And there's a whole bunch on here if you want to do it. You don't have to do it. If you want to if you have a YouTube channel, you want to load it up on YouTube and send me the link, that also works. I'm not telling you to do that. I have thought about doing it, but I've decided not to. I just need the video. Now, I think that's a good way to do it because it helps with space and I can put up a video. I'm recording this on Saturday. I might show it if you want to make a YouTube account and do that, but you don't have to. I think a lot of times it's just nice because you can send a link. So I'm kind of talking off the cuff. So let me go ahead and get out of here. All right. That is the assignment this week. So you're recording. There is no discussion. There is no vlog. You don't have to worry about any of that. Now, as it says right there, here's the other thing. Some people have asked me about this, and I said I would send some stuff out, but I thought I would just save it and just go ahead and go over it now. Where is it? Sorry, I might have weeks. I said be prepared. Oh, it was next week. That's lesson planning, brainstorming. There's an assignment called lesson plan brainstorming that's going to be due in a few weeks. You are welcome to go ahead and get going on that. You don't have to, but I wanted to kind of cover it and what it needs to be. Here's a sample, and I'm just going to pull that up. There's a template that's posted on the website, and I'll put it up under this week too if you want to look. The template is divided into different things. One, overview. You need to be familiar with your objectives and standards and kind of put them on here, as you can see. But what you're going to do is there's 4 categories. There's the standards for each one. There's a summary of the activity. There's a brief explanation of the technology used and the 21st century skills and the assessment. And as you can see here on this sample, it does not have to be that long. This is not a full-blown lesson plan or unit. Now, I want you to do at least 3. I put on a 4th. Some people like to do it to make it a full cohesive unit. But I just want you to kind of brainstorm what you're going to do for a unit. Now, here's a few things with this. 1, once you get your objectives and standards in there, look at the West Virginia ones. If you're going to teach in Maryland, that's fine. If you're going to teach in Virginia, that's fine. You can use those. But once you get those established, give me an overview of what you're going to be doing. I would say it needs to be about a paragraph. This can just be the actual standards. You don't have to summarize it. Just cut and paste. I'm pointing at it. Cut and paste this. Write about a paragraph here. After that, just give me a very brief explanation of the technology you're going to use. Each lesson needs to have a form of technology. And this is a key thing. And this is where some people mess this assignment up. It's not hard, but I want a different type of technology in each lesson. So one lesson you might use a puzzle. One you might use Padlet, and another one you might use Kahoot. That's 3. One lesson you might have Google Classroom. That's fine. You can, by the way, you can say Google Classroom in each one, but you're only going to get credit for Google Classroom once. So long and short of it is I need to see 3 different types of technology in this lesson plan, preferably 1 on each lesson. I think it's easiest to think about this as a unit. So like if I'm doing the Renaissance, so my first day might be an introduction to what the Renaissance is. The second lesson might be on famous works of art and people of the Renaissance. And my third lesson might be on humanism, a major concept of the Renaissance. And then the 21st century skills, those you can repeat. So if it's collaboration, critical thinking, any of the C's, that's fine. Communication, stuff like that, that's fine. Just put those there. And as you can see, they just listed them. I'm not asking you to write a paragraph for that one. Actually, a brief explanation of the technology, you can give a really brief sentence or 2 and then actually list them if you want. Then how are you going to assess it? You can do exit tickets. You can say that the technology is going to assess it. So I'm going to use Edpuzzle to assess, after watching the video, information that they retained through a quiz or something like that. So that is the long and short of that assignment. This is the template. And as you can see, you just need to do 3. Use your standards. That's one thing you have to do. And let me go back here and I'll show you. I'll post this under this week also. If you want to get a head start, you do not have to, but it should be right there. It's a Word document. Yep, there it is. You can just type on it and submit it. And there you go. And you can just go boom, 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 boom. Again, got to do at least 3, 4 is optional. And you do need to give a little bit of an overview of the standards and objectives. Everyone in this class, one reason I do this assignment this way is a lot of people are at different points. Some people are pre-juncture in this class. Some people are post-juncture. I know people who have had, for example, in secondary, you've already had maybe 370 or you're in 443 or you're in 370, but you're getting a little bit of lesson planning. Elementary, you may have had PED 1, PED 2, and understand. If you're pre-juncture, you haven't had any of the in-depth lesson planning skills, and that's okay. Just kind of make this work. I just want to see how you're going to use the technology and kind of think through a lesson. One thing with this, you don't submit this. You can submit this assignment on Brightspace, but if you remember, this is our key assessment. So this assignment has to be submitted on iRubric. So you would just click this one where it says key assessment, and you're going to click this iRubric. And your name shouldn't, oh, yep, some of you have actually clicked on here already. Nice, that's right, I had you do that. So you just click on it and you're just going to submit it here, and then I'll be able to grade it. If you have any problem submitting it, just put it on Brightspace, but just make sure that you have clicked here, because I have to be able to get to it some way. If it's on Brightspace, I can click your name here and grade it either way, but if your name's not here, I can't grade it. So if your name's here, gosh, let me just kind of run through this real quick. You might be able to see your names. Those are all the people who have already clicked the link for iRubric, and that is awesome. And if you haven't, don't worry, it's no big deal, but you can submit it here. And with that, let me see if that pulls that up. Yep, that should do it, I think. I'll load it. That, by the way, just remember, lesson plan is not due this week, not due. But some people have been asking about it. So I figured if I can give you a little bit of a head start, I have no problems with that, especially because maybe it'll tie in this week. This week, there's only one thing due. It's the filming. And if you need help, or if you want to film somewhere or need equipment, just let me know. We actually have cameras also that no one ever checks out. You can use those. That's fine with me. And like I say, we have iPads. We just got 17 new iPads. I will say this, we haven't determined how we're checking those out yet. So if you want to borrow one, we might have to figure something out, but we can do that. That's no big deal. We'll just have to formalize a checkout system and probably have them be back in a day or 2. And with that being said, I think that's it. So I hope everyone's hanging in there. I know it's been very busy. Thank you all again for being patient with me and trying to keep up with the grading. That's no excuse if I'm a little behind, but everyone I know is busy. You're all probably busier than I am. So with that being said, I'm going to stop sharing and say Have a good week. Talk to you later.